I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you
Greetings, technicians. This is Admin Crow here, your coach of the Toronto Star Raptors, bringing you another team builder in the PCL, the Pokemon Champions League. This is a team builder for Season 3 Finals in the Origins League. So first of all, I would like to give a huge shout out to Hussam-sama, who was willing to basically understand the situation that I'm in right now. In case you guys didn't know, I'm going through some pretty tough times and difficult career decisions in my personal life, and Hussam was nice enough to postpone the match upon me asking for it for a week. So we are having this match 1 week behind schedule, but then again, this is the final match, so no, we're not holding up anybody. So a big shout out to Hussam for sure. And so as much as I try to allocate time to put into this team builder and this final showdown, I guess, no pun intended, for you guys, I just couldn't bring myself to the satisfaction that my team is good enough for this final battle. Partially is because the Hussam-sama's roster, he was actually one of the coaches who 6-0'd us in the regular season. So this is going to be an interesting revenge match for the Raptors, and we're meeting again in the finals. His roster did change up a little bit since we last battled. So as I was saying, so that was partially because his roster, but also due to the fact that, like I mentioned before, I'm going through pretty interesting I would say times in my personal life, just that I couldn't, you know, bring myself to you know, allocate the time to prepare for this battle. So my apology if the builder isn't to the best of its quality. I actually end up changing 3 months literally 2 minutes ago because nothing in my mock really worked. So back to the roster breakdown itself. I don't want this to become a rant of me going through how unprepared I am, right? And so initially I had the idea of screens setup with Menifee and Volcarona. It's basically, you know, the boring stuff which I didn't really bring so much, not along with screens throughout the season, but also sticky webs, of course. So Hussam-sama's roster is a lot like mine. His roster is super offensive. My roster is really offensive as well. He doesn't have a lot of switch-ins for my threats, and I don't have a lot of switch-ins for his mons too. However, though, his speed tier is like, if I gave his speed tier a 10, my speed tier is like a 7. So basically, both of our rosters are super offensive, but he has the one up on me, which is the speed. So that's something I really try to, you know, build around. As you guys will see in this builder. Speaking of his roster, it should appear to your right momentarily. And yeah, initially I was gonna bring webs, but he has 2 flying types, and plus he's potential Scarf of Metagross. Yes, he Scarfed Metagross last time. Has clear body, so webs is not going to do anything against him. And he's potential Scarf of Mienshao, which is a new addition to his team since we last battled. It's also really good, simply because even after the Scarf, even after the speed drop from the webs, if he's Scarfed, he still outspeed majority of my mons because he naturally outspeeds Nihilego, so which is a very crucial speed tier, I guess, against me. So speed tier wise, he definitely have the upper hand, and a lot of my mons, even after +1 or even +2, have difficulties outspeeding Zero Aura, which is just so fast. And my ground types doesn't really handle it very well, being the Gligar and the Mega Garchomp. Mega Garchomp cannot run a Scarf, obviously, and Gligar doesn't appreciate HP Ice, and primarily the fact that he also gets access to knockoff. So the matchup doesn't look very good to us, I guess, from a defensive perspective and from a speed tier perspective. So let's see what I have for him. Let's just jump into the builder. So first up, we do have a Winter Junior Gligar packing the Eviolite and the ability immunity. Yes, I'm actually running immunity this time, not Sandvale. Because there's a chance that he brings Toxic on his Zapdos if it's a defensive one. He did bring Dual Screen last time. I didn't have I don't have Defog this time for his screens. But last time he also had Espeon and Porygon Z to set up and prevent me from going for hazards. This time, to match his speed tier, I actually have Tailwind, Roost, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. I don't have Earthquake on this, even though it's very essential against his team, because I think I'm building in a way that I think I'm pretty much relying on him to basically misplay. So basically to overpredict, right? And if I do run Earthquake, I don't have room for Toxic, so which means I'm hard walled by Zapdos. So I'd rather have a move that I can hit him with. Obviously, this set is also walled by Metagross, which is his Steel type. But I don't think he's gonna expect me to go for Earthquake anyways. So if I'm against that thing, I'll probably just set up Tailwind and switch out or something. So yeah, this thing doesn't actually touch Metagross too well. But you'll see why I have Toxic over Earthquake in a little bit. So I have a lot of HP, just mostly defensive with enough special defense to allow me to take the HP Ice comfortably. If the Zapdos is not invested in, I guess, offensively invested. And a little bit of speed. This speed tier is actually crucial. It allows me to outspeed Zero Aura. Yes, Zero Aura under Tailwind. So the idea is to set up take a hit and set up Tailwind against Zero Aura and potentially scare him out with EQ that I don't have and go for Toxic on whatever comes in. That's the plan. Like if he's expecting Toxic, he's not gonna go Metagross, right? So that was my idea. So up next we have Proton Klefki packing the Iron Ball Prankster. So I'm bringing a little bit of text here. With the move Switcheroo, Foul Play, Light Screen, and Toxic. So this says very similar to what I brought to him last time. I do have Foul Play, and I believe I have one of the screens, and Toxic as well. So the idea is very similar. I have Toxic for everything, minus the Metagross, and I guess Vileplume if he brings that. I don't think he brings a Vileplume, and I hope he doesn't bring a Vileplume, because it affects with my win con. You guys will see a little bit here. Basically, Foul Play, the Metagross, Toxic, everything else. His team doesn't have a Cleric, I don't think. And the Light Screens for his special attackers, which he has like 3 or 4 of. If he runs a specially offensive Zero Aura, he has 4 special attackers. Otherwise, his entire roster is mostly physically offensive. That's why I do have Foul Play here. It's gonna do a decent chunk to the main shot as well, even though that thing resists Foul Play. And EV Spreads is just max HP and a lot of special defense alongside of Light Screen and Foul Play for his physical attackers. So if his mon is physically offensive, I go for the Foul Play. If he's specially offensive, I rely on my special bulk alongside of Light Screen. And this also helps me handle the Kyurem Ice or regular Kyurem a little bit better. I don't think he's gonna go for Earth Power right away against me, because I tend to run Magnarize Klefki a lot of times throughout the regular season. So knowing Hussam-sama, he's probably gonna expect that. But there's a chance that he might not even bring Kyurem. So the most likely bring I think he's gonna have for me are Zero Aura, Metagross, just something to switch into Nihilego, and Mienshao. Those 3 definitely gonna come. And Zapdos, maybe Combusken, and whatchamacallit, Staraptor is also very good against me if he wants to try to meme it up. But I think as a Scarfer, Mienshao is better. As a breaker, I don't have too much for it. So let's just hope he doesn't bring Double Bird against me. So I have yet to go over the most interesting aspect about this Klefki. So the Iron Ball Switcheroo is primarily for his Zero Aura, which is actually a mon that can safely switch into Klefki. Last time he had a specially offensive one, so Foul Play didn't do as much. So this this time I still have foul play. I would like to find out if that thing is specially offensive or physically offensive. If he's specially offensive, he doesn't actually touch T-tar all that much. Of course, he can be mixed along with close combat. But if he does have some physical investment, foul play is going to do a lot anyways. So the Iron Bar switcheroo is basically there to slow down his Zero Aura specifically. Basically, his electric types, also the Zapdos. So the Zapdos will become grounded once it's switcherooed. Not only is going to be its speed is going to be halved, so my Gligar can outspeed it. I can just roost off on his Hidden Power Isis, but also initially I had this idea of making him become grounded so Sticky Web will work. Basically, it allows my Rocker to beat his Defogger if I get a switcheroo on his Zapdos, and my other mons can revenge kill it too. But it's primarily for his Zero Aura, and I had the idea of switcheroo like choice item as well, but his mons doesn't cripple them all that much from choice scarf or like choice spec even. So this is the idea I wanted to show off. So I hope this heat stat put in a lot of work in the finals. So going into this battle, right? I have a lot of ideas, but it's just that it's so hard to execute or bring it to I guess reality through this team builder, simply because his speed tier is so good. That's why the first two mons I have are just speed control pretty much without having webs, as you can see here in my team preview, or the mons that I have here. Anyways, up next we have Nova Nihilego coming again, packing the expert belt. So the speed control is basically to set up for Nihilego, so I can get off faster attacks without having to rely on choice scarf, which is what I brought last time. Again, foul play for the Metagross. Venom Shock. See, you guys still see a theme here. Basically getting everything toxic and use potentially Nihilego as a win con by going for that boosted Venom Shock. In case you guys don't know what it does, it basically doubles power if the opponent is poisoned. So I'm trying to abuse the fact that he doesn't have a cleric on his roster, and or any natural cure mon. So what's poisoned is permanently poisoned, and I can abuse it with 130 base power move that way. And also T-Spikes is for the same purpose. If he over predicts, I can get up a layer of T-Spikes for free. And if he doesn't bring a Defogger, I can just I might just even turn one lead in the Nihilego and just get up T-Spikes. And Power Gem, because Rock Spam is really good against him. Initially he didn't have a fire type. His only fire type right now is that Combustion, which doesn't actually resist Power Gem, because it's also his, I guess I meant to I meant to say Mian Xiao. I'm getting some things mixed up. His only fighting type is Mian Xiao, which do resist the Power Gem on top of his Metagross. However, Mian Xiao is so frail, so the damage, he's not gonna appreciate a Power Gem. That's what I'm trying to say. And if he doesn't have Regenerator, it's just chip damage on him. But again, Mian Xiao is such a huge threat against me. If he has a choice Scarf variant, he very well may have Regenerator. He also can have Reckless, because I don't have too many switch-ins against him too. So we'll see. But I'm more leaning towards U-turn Regenerator if he's choice Scarf. And yeah, I think I covered everything. The set is very similar to last time I brought as well. Just the basically dual stat plus foul play for Metagross. So I'm trying to go around a theme of rock spam against him again, because I abandoned the webs idea. Manaphy just you know, not fast enough for him. Even if I try to set up webs because of his dual bird and Zero Aura and Clear Body Metagross, it's not gonna work with Manaphy. It just doesn't have a good matchup. As much as I wanna make Random proud, bringing both Mizueko and Charlotte to the finals here. So the speed tier here, because no matter how much I invest, I'm not gonna outspeed the Mian Xiao anyway. So I have enough speed, I believe, to outspeed base 100s question mark for the Staraptor. So that's the speed tier I have here with Timid Nature, and a little bit less special attack, put a little bit in defense in case I need to take a bullet punch from the Metagross. I can still do that. And up next we have Genesis the Volcarona. So I debated between a couple of Volcarona sets. I really wanted to bring Fury MZ because he pretty much claims a kill against Hussam-sama's team. But that's pretty much at the cost of me throwing away Volcarona, because he does have Rock MZ on top of a lot of mons that can pack rock coverage. And because the fact that his team is so offensive, I don't think I can really get a chance to set up against him without costing me anything, right? So if I bring a defensive Volcarona and try to set up a Quiver Dance, I'm risking myself getting Stone Edged or Rock Slide or Rock MZ. In the mock, I think Lo-Fi brought a Rock MZ Karam Ice against me and just blow me back with a Continental Crush turn 1. I didn't even know he gets Stone Edge, dude. Anyways, that's why I have a Choice Scarf, a Swarm Volcarona again. Packing a Bug Buzz, Vorheat, U-Turn, and Fury Dance. This thing can also act as one of my win cons for late game Fury Dance condition. If I get a +1 on both sides, this thing can really put in a lot of work onto his team. He doesn't have a bulky water type this time around. Last time we played, he have Mega Blastoise, and so he switching to Fire Spam becomes limited. And his Fire type is Combustion. Obviously, it's a mon that resists my dual stabs. If he brings that and like some speed passing tech, so be it. I'm not prepping for that. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. And Bug Buzz is there pretty much only for Mega T-Tar, because that's his only fire resist that I consider on his team, because his Dragon doesn't resist fire, and obviously Combust can still resist fire, but you know, again, I'm not prepping for that thing. I'm not packing Psychic just for Combustion. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I don't end up regretting that. So U-Turn for momentum, Fury Dance again for that late game situation, Overheat in case I need additional damage to pick up KO, Bug Buzz again just for Mega T-Tar, and also in case I come in on rocks twice and I can live on 1% and just go for the Swarm boosted Bug Buzz. I do have to be careful though. I am bringing Tyranitar on top of Volcarona, so I don't want the Sand to be able to pick up the KO against my Volcarona. I might run a Nerve set actually, now I think about it, but we'll see. It does help out Nihilego, Klefki, and Gligar though. So the speed tier here is modest. I'm not speed tying with Staraptor. If he brings Staraptor, so be it. I'm gonna probably have to switch against that thing. But it's enough speed to outspeed Zero Aura if he's max speed. So I don't think Hussam-sama is gonna run max speed Zero Aura. But then again, I also don't know what type of speed tier he's gonna run on his Zero Aura if he's not running max speed. Probably outspeed certain, like some of my mons at +1, if I had to guess. I did tend to bring Choice Scarf T-Tar a lot for the past 2 games, so maybe he thinks that I'll bring it again. Anyways, so the next speed tier, oh yeah, so basically I'm just aiming for a jolly max speed Zero Aura and just resting HP. And yeah, as you can tell, the last 3 months here, I didn't put too much effort into them because I changed them last minute. So up next we do have him on top, TK, coming back for the 3rd time in this playoff. So I really want to win with Technician, and that's what we have here, a Choice Banded Technician again, him on top. So because of the fact that I couldn't really find a way around Hussam-sama's speed tier, I just want to try to fight it off with priority, which is what I have here. A combination of fighting rock his entire roster, Mach Punch and Stone Edge. Initially I had Toxic for Zapdos and the mons I couldn't touch, like Duskull, and but it doesn't really work well against Vileplume, so I didn't really want to make that prediction. And also I want immediate damage if he wants to go for Zapdos. It's more of a likely bring than Duskull in my opinion, or Vileplume I guess, which are the 3 mons that actually resist fighting on his team. So I'm just gonna try to chip down his team to a point where him on top can clean up. So all 3 of my mons can potentially win a game. Nihilego, Genesis, and TK, Nova, Genesis, and TK. They can be used as win cons. Stone Edge specifically for the Zapdos, Aerial Ace specifically for the Vileplume. Although I do have aerial ace, technician boosted choice band for Devour Plume, I really hope he doesn't bring it. I don't actually beat it 1v1 with aerial ace because he'll probably have string stab, which will allow him to get all his health back. So I really hope he doesn't bring Devour Plume. That's another thing that I hope he doesn't bring. But we'll see. So up next we have Nero the Tyranitar here, just max HP and max attack. Yeah, I apologize for the sloppiness because I don't really have an option against his team, simply because again, like due to the reasons I mentioned before, I didn't really have the time to prep for this due to personal life issues, and plus on top of that, it's so difficult to prep a defensive check. Yes, a defensive check, not a counter, because I can't counter anything on his team. A defensive check to his team, so it's so difficult that I pretty much gave up. I'm just gonna fight offense with offense. So I'm bringing choice band T-Tar, which I don't think I brought this entire season. Yeah, I don't know why, but anyways, so this T-Tar is pretty much just a nuke. It's going to be my lead most of the time. I live a Metagross, media match from Metagross because I'm max HP if he's not fully physically offensive, and I can potentially knock it out with a choice band crunch heavily in my favor. And Stone Edge is just my dual stab that I want to go for if given the chance, but most likely I'm gonna click crunch against his team. He doesn't have too many switch-ins. Maybe he can go hard Mian Shell, but that thing's not gonna appreciate it. Brick Break in case he brings dual screen again, and also for his potential Stealth Rock Mega T-Tar lead, and Earthquake is for his Zero Aura primarily. So yeah, the game plan is pretty much to lead T-Tar and get off a big crunch against him. If he leads Zero Aura, I'm gonna try to rely on him to over predict, or banking on the fact that he doesn't have close combat. I'm actually gonna stay in against the Zero Aura and fire off either an Earthquake or a crunch. Knowing Hussam-sama, he's probably gonna go for a Volt Switch. I say that now in before I die to a close combat turn 1. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. He actually just messaged me on Discord, so the battle's gonna be going. It's gonna be happening momentarily. So hope you guys enjoy the builder, and again I apologize for the lateness and the sloppiness in the end, where I just didn't have enough time to prep for a decent enough set against Hussam-sama. So yeah, I guess I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the actual battle. This is gonna be Admin Crow here, signing off. See you guys next time. Goodbye, technicians.